I guess from here we can go into topic 3, which is I guess Andrew can take the reins actually.
We have a brand new girl group.
Yes.
And their name is GWSN, and we will be reviewing their debut mini album, The Park in the Night, Part 1, which presumably means we will get Park in the Night Part 2 at some point or another.
Question, what is GW and GWSN?
I have no idea.
Because SN, I'm assuming, is Sonia.
I don't know if it actually stands for anything.
I am going to look this up.
It might just be GWSN.
It has to stand for something. It has to stand for something.
Congonsoña, so park girls.
It's literally like it literally means like they're girls in the park. Just like Girls' Generation is Sonyoshide and like Cosmic Girls.
Yeah, because Gongwon literally just means park.
Yeah, park girls.
So it's just like
That's odd. But okay. It makes more sense that it's called The Park in the Night and they have this obsession with trees and stuff.
Yeah,
so.
maybe. And like the whole like teaser was just like a giant like tree or whatever.
And they have a song called Let It Grow a Little Tree. So. Yeah.
So since they're relatively a new group, I kind of feel like it's appropriate for me to just like maybe go over some of the members. So the GWSN is under Kiwi Pop, which is I guess smaller entertainment group. The members are Mia, who is a Japanese member with like really short hair and like kind of like basically like the Junghyun of the group. She's a rapper, although I can't really even nail down I can't really nail down many of their voices yet. I still need to learn.
We'll get to it.
Sokyung is the lead dancer. She was in the Dance Avengers of Produce 101 Season 1, aka so basically she was on a team
which we'll talk about in Produce Cast Season 2.
Don't commit anything yet, please.
I'll just record I'll just solo it if I need to.
Just give me a break, please.
No, not right now. I'm just saying eventually.
Yeah, so she was in the Dance Avengers, and basically, where she made her name, basically. So it's cool to see that she's finally debuting in a group. Soryong, leader and main vocal, An. I don't know how they pronounce it in Korean. Probably just
I'll check.
It's one character, so it's probably just An.
Yeah.
So she's the sub vocal and rap, and she has really red hair. There's someone named Minju, not Minju from Eyes One, but sub dancer. There's So, also sub dancer.
No,
Anne.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's Anne.
Anne. Okay. So, who's a sub dancer, and then Lena, who's the maknae and a sub vocal. So yeah, it's a pretty. Going into this, just like the teasers, I was just like, oh, it's interesting. Maybe they'll be like Cosmic Girls, just because the name sounds alike, or maybe it'll be like, I don't know. It just like the teasers were very interesting compared to what we get. So, starting us off, we have their debut single called Puzzle Moon. As Nate mentioned, there is the iconic line of "We may seem trivial and insignificant, but each one of us possesses a unique" at the very beginning. And when I first heard this song, I was just like, holy shit. This group that came kind of out of nowhere, like this song has no business being as good as it is, honestly. Serious props to whoever, like the producers, like May 9 from something called Stupid Squad. Like I don't know who these people are, but at first I thought it was like a friggin' like London Noise or something, because it's deep house basically. Also, again, I just was thrown for a loop because all the concept teasers just seemed like it'd be a more innocent group. Not that they would put out like the funkiest like freaking like house song of the entire year. So maybe it's just in terms of expectations, I was just thrown off in a way, but. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I guess what won me over, especially outside of like the instrumental and like the vocals, which I thought were good as well, was the choreography. The choreography again is just really intricate, like a lot of hand motions and like tutting and like voguing, which again it's pretty common, but like just like the focus on that, what I found so appealing. And this especially reminds me of something like Perfume, where Perfume did like spending all of your time where almost all the choreography was just done with fingers and hands and everything, so it just adds like such a like cool level to it. Also, like the live performances are really awesome. There's like this intro, like this future-based type intro that they play at the beginning, which was sick. And I'm kind of sad that they don't do it for the actual like album recording of the song, because I thought it was a really cool intro. But yeah, I was just super super impressed by this because I had pretty much no expectations for GWSN going in, but now it's just it just made me rethink or readjust like my expectations because they blew right past them basically. So, Jacob.
Yeah, I really like this song actually. This is a super good as a MV song, and I also think it was easily the best choice for the title track. Which I guess I'll get into with the later songs. But yeah, I thought this song was really awesome. Like, what genre would this be?
I'd say just like house.
Either way, I really love the beat. The like I guess almost like. I guess it's kind of like an FX song to me, actually. Which
in
I
a
like
way,
a
like I definitely you could definitely like get some Four Walls vibes out of this. Maybe it's the deep house, but again, it's just not something you would expect, really.
Yeah, and like another thing that I really enjoyed was the music video. The music video is super cool.
Yeah.
Also, the part where they're like sitting on a couch with a Rubik's cube, like levitating in the air, and they're kind of just like
they're just like using like the force to assemble it.
yeah, exactly. I thought that was really cool. Like CGI work. So yeah, like they're based off this music video. Either they had really good funding for their initial song, or they're definitely not from a poor company.
I remember Cooper said in chat or in Discord that their company is really rich.
Okay,
really? Because I've heard the name Kiwi Entertainment before, or like Kiwi Pop or Kiwi Entertainment before, but I can't like off the top of my head, I can't really think of any groups that they've produced. So this is really like our first exposure in a way.
Yeah. So yeah, for me, I don't normally physically react to songs. But yeah, like this song, like the beginning, it just seems like a typical like fun electropop song. And then the chorus happens and it has a deep house beat and I freaked out. And it's just like Jacob said, that it's just such a cool mixture of like more typical electropop and house, that like it just really stood out to me, and I think it's one of the best debut songs I've heard in a long time.
Yeah, definitely.
I like you guys said, the choreo is amazing, especially with the Rubik's Cube part that really stood out to me. Music video's cool. It's very reminiscent of Uju Sonyo. Just having that like weird, mysterious, like cosmic, dreamy type vibe. The only thing negative to say about the song is the distribution is like really bad. 3 of the 7 members have almost no lines.
Yeah,
including and two of them aren't Korean.
So maybe
that might just be their language skills are lacking.
Yeah.
And then Sokyung's the other one, I think, if I remember correctly. So she's the dancer. But still, like, it's like if you look at the actual line distribution, it's like really bad. Like,
yeah, it's like 30%. And like I don't know, just like a lot of it's just very heavy in like specific members.
Yeah, 3 of the 7 members have almost no lines. It's like almost 4 of them are almost doing most of like probably 80% of the song. But that's like literally the only negative. Everything else is amazing about the song. And it's definitely my favorite song on the album.
Just a sort of addition. It's weird because usually a lot of the time you're just like, when it comes to girl groups, you're like, oh, it doesn't necessarily need a rap break. I kind of felt like it could have used another one, just like sort of in between, maybe like the first, like the chorus and like the second verse. But yeah, I mean, I'd say the rapping works pretty well, and like I believe Anne is the sort of the one in charge of that. Next, we have Shy, not Shy. It's 2/3 of a cover of Twice, but
Cheer Up.
Yeah.
Oh,
what?
Kiwi is the company Hyori and Nick and Sammy are under.
Okay. Yo, do we just? I think we just love their group, the groups that they put out, because like I mean we obviously love Nick and Sammy, and I know you guys are like really like in love with like Ichiori, so.
Well, she's just like a legend. So.
Yeah, she's literally is the queen of K-pop alongside Boa.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I mean 3 for 3 so far in terms of groups. Yeah, with Shy, like it's sort of this more like synth pop, I guess more typical of a girl group song, but man, I just love this sound for them specifically, and also just the interesting sort of aspect of it is no two songs of theirs have sort of repeat like genres at all. So I mean, you kind of see that more and more often with Nugu, because they're just trying to throw everything at the wall and see what sticks. So I do like that aspect of like the variety that they provide in this. But yeah, I mean, I'm just a sucker for any songs that are just like super funky. Works super well for the style of vocals that they do, and it has like a kind of like a baby trap break, like a baby trap break. It's not as like abrupt as like a boom boom or something like that, but I do appreciate like the little like style genre change that they added towards that. Jacob.
Yeah, so at first I wasn't totally blown away by the song, but after listening to it a few times, I actually really like this. I like the sort of like fast, like moving tempo of the song, and along with like the electronic feel from, I guess, that they also had in Puzzle Moon as well. So I definitely hope they continue this sort of I guess group of genres with in the like electronic range, because like we do have this in K-pop, but not like super often, I guess, and definitely not in a group that focuses like specifically on that sort of, like, usually we only get this sort of music off of like specific B-side tracks. So yeah, I definitely hope they go like just head first into this sort of concept, because I think K-pop's definitely got a place for them, I guess.
Nate.
Yeah, so for me, I thought what stood out to me, like the vocals for this song are like pretty standard, but the instrumentals really stood out to me. There's like so many different things going on. There's like some 80s style synths, there's like chiptune stuff, there's like more traditional electropop stuff, there's a synth sexy sax part, and it like somehow they mixed it all like really well to make one cohesive song, even though there's all these crazy different styles of like electronica. So that like really stood out to me.
How would it compare to, because I know whenever we do like girl groups that sort of like trend into like this cute electronic music, you can often compare it to Lovelyz. So how would this compare to Lovelyz?
This one
stylistically.
This one not so much. It's way more complicated. The next song I actually like. Yeah, I did that comparison for the next song.
Okay.
But yeah, this song does have some of it. It has some of that chiptune stuff, but there's so many different types of styles going on, where Lovelyz has like sticks to their like chiptunesy video game style most of the time. That like for this one not so much. The next one, it's got that style of innocent, softer vocals with some EDM stuff, which we can get to.
Next, we have Let It Grow, tilde, a little tree. I don't know why the separation is there, but I mean, yeah, this is definitely a bit more of a throwback type song. You can definitely get like those early like 2000s girl groups type of vibes from it. So nothing much else to say about it other than that for me.
Yeah, I thought the song was good. However, it didn't really stand out as much. I hope they definitely, again, like I said in the last two songs, really lean hard into their like electronic influences, because I feel like that'll definitely set them apart from the current girl groups on the scene. And when you're a new girl group who's just debuting, like what you want to do is really stand out.
Yeah.
So.
Because any new group really, because there's too much saturation at this point for you to do just carbon copies.
Yeah, though I think they're doing a good job, because their debut already has almost like 700,000 views. So
yeah,
it has more. It has 2.4 million. If you look at their actual channel, there's two. Because it's
I looked at the 1K.
Whoa,
no, yeah, they have over 3 million.
Oh my god!
Yeah, they're definitely they're doing even better than I thought.
No, this group had a lot of build up in terms of like
hype,
excitement, because they put out a lot of teasers, and then I think
definitely
Mia got a lot of press and stuff for being that like more androgynous, like Amber
or Jungyeon.
or Jungyeon style member. Well, she even said that Amber's her like role model, so she's definitely going for that style.
Yeah.
And so like that got a lot of press too. So yeah, this group had a lot of build up, but it definitely worked.
So your thoughts
for the
on the actual song.
Yeah, for the song, like I said, for the last song, this is the one that definitely stood out to me as being very Lovelyz-esque. It's got that softer, innocent style. It's like very dreamy with softer vocals, and it's got this like chime sounding synth. So it's more of like Lovely's like softer side. It's not it doesn't really match their upbeat stuff, but it did remind me of their like softer stuff. But I liked it.
Next we have Yoloa. Nate, being the tropical house expert, I'll just let you go. I'll let you go first on this one because I'm super interested to hear.
So this is a tropical house song. I did like, I don't know. So I find it really hard to explain like what, but there were a few things in the instrumentals and beat that threw off my expectations. It like didn't do what I expected from like just a normal typical tropical house song. But like I said, I honestly can't tell you what they were. It just didn't do what I expected as someone who listens to or likes listening to all the tropical house that K-pop puts out. I actually think this is this song stands out like one of the least songs that stand out on the album. I just love tropical house, so I'm gonna love it. But like, if you made me objectively pick like rank these songs without that bias, it would probably be near the bottom. But I did like it. Obviously, it's tropical house, and I love anything tropical house.
Yeah, because I honestly I have not much else to say than it's tropical house. I mean, if you know it, you know what you're getting with that package. Jacob, what were your thoughts?
Yeah, so for me, I originally was like a little like, because I think I'm getting worn out on the tropical house, to be honest.
I've been worn out. Where have
like,
you
never.
Like when the song first started, I was like, oh, here we go, it's tropical house. But as the song went on, it definitely pulled me in, because I think maybe it's the vocals, maybe it's the chorus, maybe it's the rap, who knows. But this one stood out to me a lot more than a lot of the songs that normally do. So I actually enjoyed this one a lot.
Okay, next. It's probably one of my favorite songs personally. It's called Melting Point. It's kind of weird to sort of like we're pulling a lot of like influences on their sound, but I just like specifically this really gave me vibes of like a Red Velvet type track. It just had like really like, I love this style of R&B, and I was just like, whoa, wait, we're getting this from them too? Like, again, they're just like jumping around genre to genre, so like they're
watched it, but there is choreo to this.
Yeah, they performed this alongside the for their debut stage, they performed it alongside Puzzle Moon. So yeah, they definitely knew what kind of style that they wanted to put themselves out there with, and I feel like this could easily be like a single or just like something that they really lead with, and yeah, I really love this song. Yeah, I mean, I really, I'll have to explain with it. It's just like, it's, if you enjoy like Red Velvet, like R&B type tracks, you will enjoy this song so much. So it's probably my favorite. Next, like, Puzzle Moon and it are like 1A, 1B. It's that good. Jacob.
Yeah, and I really like this song. Like, this is probably my second favorite song in the album besides Puzzle Moon. This has a lot of like the trap hi-hats throughout the entire song, but they didn't bother me in this because I think maybe just because it's high enough BPM that it doesn't sound like just generic hi-hats. But yeah, I really enjoyed this song. I like the almost like slow jam feel of it. So
yeah, it really is. It really is a type of slow jam.
Yeah, I agree that it definitely felt like a Velvet track. It's an R&B style song with like heavy piano focus. I really like the drop chorus and the vocals throughout. And the other thing that stood out to me is how minimalistic the beat is. It's actually the piano that's making the beat up for the most part.
Yeah.
It's just like, and then there's, like Jacob said, there's this hi-hat, but it's like very glitchy, and it's not really
annoying.
it's not made for the beat. It's actually there as like as a part, like an instrument. And the bass drum and snares only come in during the pre-chorus and chorus. So I thought that was cool that they used the piano to drive the song forward instead of having an actual like drum beat.
And I mean, us like comparing it to Red Velvet is probably, or us being like on the level of Red Velvet, is probably some of the highest praise we could ever give to any like group or song. If you know like how much we love that group, we don't make that comparison lightly
Artist
whatsoever.
of the year last year.
Basically. And I mean, they could be a nominee for that as well this year. GWSN is probably going to be on our like best new group, like, or best new female group.
Best rookie of the year.
Oh
Yeah, rookie
definitely.
of the year nominee probably for sure.
Definitely. And they close it out with the song Lullaby, which, I mean, it's a ballad, obviously, but I really, really enjoy just sort of, I'm just a sucker for acoustic ballads in a way.
You like the acoustic guitar ballads?
Yeah, so I mean, it just really fit with the style of vocals that they do. It's something that you could definitely see them working well with. So yeah, it's a great thing to like. I love I love variety is the spice of life, and I love the variety that we got on all the songs here. Because that's definitely a problem with K-pop, where it's just a lot of groups are just maybe too entrenched in that. And I mean, obviously, GWSN still, they'll have to build an identity. They'll have to build sort of like persona for what they're known for. And I do think like all of what they showed is in a good direction, honestly. So again, like, we're usually really tough on ballads, but I really enjoyed this one.
For me, this one didn't really stand out as much. I think vocally it was there, but I think just the song just didn't really do much for me. So yeah, this one's probably the weakest on the album, but I mean, that's not really saying much because all the other songs were really, really good. So yeah.
I'm kind of in between you two. Like, it's standard ballad track. It's acoustic focused, which I liked. But I think it's very important to have this type of song, especially on a debut album.
Yep.
Like, we get this song on every girl group album. There's always a ballad track. But I think it's very important on a debut album to showcase the vocals without, like, that distraction of choreography or, like, crazy instrumentals. So, obviously, it needs to be here. And I thought this was a very good one.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't think it didn't blow me. It wasn't like, oh, here's a Taeyeon level ballad for a debut group, like, which is not what I'm expecting.
Yeah, you definitely have to temper those expectations.
Yeah, exactly. But I think it is a good song.
Yep.
So, ranking this out of 10 with out of a possible 6 out of 6 for music, 3 out of 3 for concept, and 1 out of 1 for bias, I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 6 for music. I mean, obviously, there's some stuff that they definitely need to work on, and again, I don't blame them for the variety. I know a lot of K-pop fans might be sort of like miffed by the fact that they didn't necessarily keep the style of Puzzle Moon in among the B-side tracks, but again, I do appreciate the company sort of letting them experiment and letting them see, okay, well, this style works, this style doesn't, and it's only going to serve them going forward. Concept, I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 3, which I very rarely do I give a concept score, like a full concept score, in comparison to like an incomplete music score. But in this case, it's just, man, just everything, like that choreography is really what sells it to me. And again, like the visuals you guys were talking about are just like, I get them. Like when I see GWS, and I'm just like, okay, I get it immediately. And that's very hard when it comes to Nugu, because like, it's usually they're just trying to emulate another group's style too much, and you can't really see them as their own group. But GWS, and I see them immediately. So, and obviously I'm gonna give it a bias point, because when have I never given a bias point? So that's a 9 out of 10, which I never expected to give them a 9 out of 10, honestly.
So for me, I gave a 4 out of 6 for music, because I really liked 4 of the songs, and then not like too crazy on the other 2. The ones I weren't as crazy about were Let It Grow, Little Tree, and Lullaby. But again, like Puzzle Moon, Shy Shy, Yolowa, and Melting Point were all fantastic. So I gave them those 4 full points anyways. So 4 out of 6 there. And then 3 out of 3 for concept. Again, like the music video, I really thought was really good. It really I guess it really just hit my aesthetic style, I guess, that I like.
Hashtag aesthetic.
Yes, exactly. And I think their name is pretty cool. Like it's similar to like WJSN or SNSD or something, but Girls in the Park is kind of a cool like English name. But, yeah, so I'll give them points there, and then I'll give them a bias point as well because I'll definitely be checking them out in the future. So yeah, 8 out of 10.
For me, it was actually close, but I gave him a 5 out of 6 for music. I almost gave him a 6. I love the single, and Melting Point, and that almost like pushed the others. That I like every song on the album, but it kind of like some of the stuff didn't stand out, and so I was like in between a 5 and a 6. And I ended up giving him a 5. But yeah, I liked the single so much that the instant I didn't even hear the full song. The instant the drop happened for the chorus and it was a like deep house, I bought the album on Amazon. I was like, okay, I'm buying it. It's like I'm not even gonna pretend
tell me
to
no
not
more.
buy this album.
It's just like I'll give you
Just
just
pause the music video, go on Amazon.
I have
click
to
buy.
support
It's
this.
on the way now.
So yeah, I was close to 6, but I gave him a 5 for music. I agree with you guys. I gave it a 3 for 3 out of concept. Thought the choreo was good. I thought the music video was good. All the teasers were good. And a bias point. So a 9 out of 10 for me as well. Also, and very close to being a 10 out of 10.
So this averages out to about a 9 total, which
Just shiny.
Again, I really did not expect to like for
Shiny
all
debut.
of us. Yeah, very rarely do. The only other group that we've probably given it like the only other group that we've given like a debut like for like the shiny ranking to is probably Stray Kids. Like that's probably the only one I can think
Stray
of.
Kids got a Stray Kids got a 10 out of 10, didn't it?
Yeah, Stray Kids got
From all three of us.
Yeah, Stray Kids got perfect scores.
I don't know if I gave it a 10, but I definitely gave it at least a 9.
Yeah, so it's they're in rare air right now. Like they're rarely do you get like a new group that impresses all three of us. So again, we have to watch them very carefully, and I hope that they'll be successful enough that we'll like I mean, it seems like the international K-pop fandom is super hype on them. So hopefully they'll be able to find success in Korea. So yeah,
they have a Japanese and a Chinese member. So
and
helps.
that's a secret formula nowadays. If you just have an international
Some foreign members.
Yep. So they have a very good trajectory ahead of them, and I can't wait to see where they're gonna go.
Yep.
What were your thoughts on We Go Up?
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was a really good mix of Go and their earlier stuff. And I was kind of worried after Go that they would kind of just turn into 1272. Just do more like hip hop stuff. So